Hey guys, Fee here. Today we're just gonna be fighting Shaula. As you can see, I beat her once. It wasn't very difficult. I didn't do anything very specific, so I thought I'd record this and kind of show you guys how easy it really is. So, we're gonna go in. Okay, so as you see, I got all the quests. I did record this, but the audio is kind of wonky at the end, so I thought I'd do it again. I won't be doing anything different than I did the first time. So yeah, this is my team. This is kind of just the basic team I use for any trial, really, unless I need something specific. I've kind of got all I need here. As you see, here's Awaken Rain. Nothing too special on him, pretty basic stuff. The only thing I would advise doing slightly differently is maybe throwing a ribbon on him, but this is fine. And we got our 100% evade Warrior of Light here. Again, pretty basic equipment. I do have status resist on him. Fina, same thing. I do have her hairpin for status resist, everything else is pretty basic. I have her geared for limit burst, rather than, for example, spirit, so I just want her to be able to re-raise as much as possible, just for safety. Dark Fina, again, pretty basic stuff. Barb, again, basic stuff. I will mention her killer will not do much against this boss because this boss is an insect fairy. But, you know, I'm not worried about damage on her. This boss doesn't really have a lot of HP. And then yeah, in my second kind of line, I have Nichol, Nichol. He's only here for one purpose, and that is to remove charm. Because charming is a thing that happens in this fight. So that's really his only purpose. I'm not worried about MP in this fight, I'm not worried about anything else, because it's a short fight. That's just how it is. I've got Hyoh here. Right now I have him geared for attack and a bit of mana, but honestly this is not like the most efficient build. You could do other stuff. I do have fire on him because I am imperiling and chaining with Raegen, and because the boss does not resist fire in the second phase. So fire is just effective. Raegen, again, I'm going to be imperiling and chaining with Hyoh. I just throw ice on him because it's not a big deal. You can have a non-elemental weapon. Ayaka is just here in case Fina dies. That should not happen. It's just an emergency case, so she's equipped pretty basically. Nothing special. Garnet's just here for other trials. I don't need anyone else for this fight, so I don't bother swapping her. You could have Lid there, Heavenly Technician Lid. Lid's pretty good. I don't need her for this fight because I'm using Warrior of Light, and I don't need any insane breaks, so not an issue. Anyways, we'll just be going in now, because, again, this is pretty simple. So she has this preemptive attack here. This time she hit Fina. Not the best that can happen. Usually, she hit Raegen before, which was pretty good, because he didn't die. But it's not a big deal if she dies, it's just slower. We'll be reviving her, and I'm going to put re-raise on Raegen, because I kind of want him alive. I'm going to bait attacks with Raegen, and I'm going to be protecting against, or covering against physical damage with Warrior of Light. Because Barb can't chain this turn, I'm just going to use Refreshing Wings just to make sure that everyone gets mana. Mana shouldn't be a problem in this fight, but yeah. So as you see, Raegen is going to be baiting all these attacks, but he's pretty strong, he can handle himself, and Warrior of Light will just cover what he can't. For this phase, she's going to be killing everyone. Or she's not going to be killing everyone, but she's going to be doing like an AoE attack. So what I'm going to do Rain has re-raise. Barbarisa and Dark Fina are most likely to die, so I'm just gonna put re-raise on them. And Kuraja. I'm gonna use Lost Paradise so that Fina can re-raise herself. I have Hyoh here, but it's not mandatory in any way. I'm just gonna do it because I can. I'm not doing that. We're going to attack a magic break. And we're going to purify, just so that we're not dealing with dumb statuses. I didn't do a lot of this stuff in the first fight because I didn't need to, because Fina and Barbarisa could just start tornado chaining right away. But this is fine. It just saves a few turns if he hits Rain or she hits Rain first, but it's not a big deal. He has a 3-turn rotation. I do 2 turns just because I forget stuff very easily. I forget what I'm doing with Warrior of Light, unless I'm kind of timing everything perfectly. It's not the most efficient way to do things, but this fight isn't very hard, so just do whatever is best for you and you can remember. So now we're going to actually start dealing her some damage. Because I broke her spirit, I'm dealing a little more damage than I would normally. Usually I get to 94% on the first turn. Again, this is not a very hard fight. They're poisoned, but that's not a big deal. I don't have to worry too much about it. I just did that. Let's do that again. I'm gonna escort leader just for safety. It shouldn't be necessary. I'm just gonna do it anyways. And yeah, we're just gonna continue tornadoing with these two. Tornadoes are pretty efficient. They tend to fill up the Esper gauge pretty quickly. And in this phase, the boss is weak to wind. So it's just nice to have. So I'm just going to be doing Judgment Cross, get my limit bursts kind of started. We're not doing that, we're doing standard. And yeah, again, with Rain, just bait his attacks, Sword of Light, just protect yourself. I'm going to do Hell's Judgment this turn. It's not going to do a lot of damage. Actually, I'm going to wait for Hell's Judgment. I'm going to wait for Hell's Judgment until Tetris Sulfate is ready to be summoned with Barbarisa, just so that we're not wasting time. I'm not too worried about limit burst reaching, it's not that hard to do. And yeah, she did her AoE, but Barbarisa had re-raise, so she survived, and everything was fine. Just Esunaga on this turn, and Kuraga, because I'm not worried about Barbarisa getting killed again immediately. I'll purify, so that we don't have to deal with statuses again. This is pretty basic stuff, just not ready to summon. I'm going to want to be careful. I'm going to do Hell's Judgment now. I'm sorry, I'm going back and forth on this, but Barbarisa tends to die when I hit threshold, and I need her to summon Tetris Sulfide, so I'm just going to be safe there. And if you do run out of MP, you can always use Manatopia. That's always an option. Don't think you have to be doing this every turn. You don't have to. Just do what you need to be doing, you know. The only really important things to do are to bait out her attacks with Rain and to get Warrior of Light to be physical covering. So now Tetra is online, so I will be doing that, and I'll just need barely a scale, because I'm not going to be chaining this turn anyways. There's no point in wasting a bunch of mana on Tornado. On double tornadoes anyways. We're going to Judgment Cross again, and I'm just going to Maelstrom. Actually, we're not going to... Okay, so we're not going to Judgment Cross this turn, because we don't need them to live. We don't need Fina, and we don't need Barbarusia to live. They will have served their purpose after this turn. I'm going to use Maelstrom just to get that limit counter up. Breaking her attack. Going to Astral Guard with Raegen, just because I don't want him to die. He probably won't die. And this turn, Fina. I want to make sure no one dies. So, well, no one important dies, but Fina and Barbarusia can die. So yeah, we'll just do this, and we should hit over her threshold. Okay, we didn't hit over threshold because I mentioned. That's fine, I'm just gonna wait another turn then. And I'll be healing Fina. Sorry, it seems a little disorganized, but I'm not. I'm not saying much, but really this fight's pretty self-explanatory. If she absorbs your mana, just start at heal, and you'll get a little bit more to work with. The reason I don't want to be using her Limit Burst right now is because I want to use it when Hyoh and Raegen, when my physical attackers are out. I would prefer to do that. So yeah, now we've hit her threshold. Fina and Barbarusia have served their purpose. If she kills them now, it's really not a big issue. She will be trunning in. Not a problem, because we have Nichol. So yeah, we'll just swap these two out. They've done what they need to do. Now I will be using Judgment Cross, because everyone I need is here. First, let's use Nichol to get Charm off of Raegen. That's just super inconvenient, and no one wants that. Raegen will probably die this turn, but it's not a big deal because he'll be re-raised. I'm just gonna dispel some of her buffs on herself and then kind of go to time with healing next turn. So yeah, everyone died, but they got re-raised, so that's fine. Now we're gonna swap Nichol. I'm gonna do raising Raegen, just because I don't want him to die. Stand out with Raegen again because he died, and I'd rather keep tanking hits. And now we're just gonna kill the arms. One arm down. And that Raegen can kind of take that. And we're gonna kill the other arm, and we're gonna make sure people don't die. now she's almost dead, so we don't really have to worry about what she's doing. And we'll be killing her this turn, so I'm just gonna use all my limit bursts now. And that should make quick work of her. And there you go, she's down. Pretty simple. Again, it's best on the first turn if she hits Rain, but it wasn't a big deal that she hit Fina. Or Dark Fina, I suppose. Yeah, that's the fight. Again, really simple fight. Not really much to talk about, just kind of worry about status conditions. I prefer to run Lotus Mage Fina over Ayaka because of her re-raise, because of her limit burst. But you could probably use Ayaka. I would think that her barriers would be pretty effective in this fight to kind of prevent people from needing all the re-raising. But, you know, re-raise works too. It's just kind of up to you. In general, Ayaka versus Fina is, unless there's like a lot of stop going on in the fight, it's really kind of up to personal preference, whatever you want to be using. Whatever you have. Yeah, and again, I use Hyoh in the second phase because fire. Not very hard, not really much to say. It kind of spoke for itself. And there you go, that's the fight. So, hope to see you guys next time, whenever the next trial comes up. Anyways, see ya.